Well, we have a mom in good evening. Yeah, Baba Jasu Jumedi live on OK 101.7 FM. So yeah, we're live also we got you FM. You're live. Kings Jersey Radio and our live so High Live Radio with DMV our fire on any team no solid or mujino mona so NASFA Radio so pick live London and Dafupa Media so pick live all the way in France and after Belgium. Tiama good evening. Your friend Vim lady. Otimen Kano ama good evening. You stream me live so Vim Lady Online YouTube and Facebook so okay 101.7 FM so yes and so the other Facebook platforms near the no enyina. Ti am good evening near akwa babio and then more fire because and President Akwako I swear in Chief Justice into congratulations and come ye CJ to say ye was CJ fufra ye nene ye Juma Chief Justice Bafo Boni but we call Supreme Court all kind of more a report now bones of macho a JJC JJSC it is court Supreme Court judge for any Chief Justice for no because Supreme Court no order that but Chief Justice and always meanwhile yeah make justice tokonu so treman so good ya ogusu set the omuyi no method formula omo fast omo di no so ntiase enti ono so any omo gusu a omo etwe saa manso no nti you better join it now so you better stress or better join it and also will views to be our share on this issue but this week now weekend the crowd there after Nkrai Konya Stampede armed forces recruitment here owo ba ye nim se Ghana politics in the kaya come then came budget now Ghana funkasa sometimes I am in say na I don't know just say owo kra pa mo mayen spending na watching ponsun kolai 6 young, beautiful, energetic, ambitious women, young women. Yendi na watch them ponsun kolei. Budget inti o ni a switch after the way na ye politics. I say they say the Ghana bada ye ni ayam share the said any bio. O bi bob madam for me na kan so onya bro ho na patre na wu a che say wu na ye net dan na ye kan ya de che na obi akopen girl. And that number can you obuni pa onim de waye o nyane girl bia on ka de waye sen kolei energetic young women on person om som Ghana man for them to just die and it is the nation that has killed them young Ghana man as a state we have killed those young men young women tinana make na no say man you feel Australia by you see uncle bet share legal fees na mabusia for they should sue armed forces sue Ministry of Defense. A friend say Civil Liability Act. A law and Kroma Nedija you. A year Juma Sabranti be a coach inside the same law. Or yeah, Juma Abranti JHS or Koye Juma Tema B plus 5 was said the same law. Omudi compensation boom. I think in excess of 6 billion. Because somebody no kojina machine who are now colano and negligence. And the same negligence because one by way a classic case of wrongful death. And kwalani time so you know you see but when you na nke be court on ka enkwale omu ebusiafo ekre ni scafe na nke be legal aid lawyers no ma ye pro bono near the case na court ni ade no che say ade chi ye budget no bi eja esu no afa ye politics about the budget baba because I know many trader advocacy Ghana for be interview na ya ke whether this budget and your budget and that's home me pesi ye conversation from the economic because economic discussion ya na ma jampo any Dr. Donfe Koko Ntokweyo enti ye conversation if you don't have to be an economist to talk about Ghana economy because Ghana ye nyina ye to gobe ye nyina ye to wache ye nyina ye to Hausa koko the politics of Ghana the economy of Ghana no ye koko ni gobe that is Ghana ye average level no the politics of importers omukori niema or ports the economy of a friends and clearing agent or more clear niema that is level ye dimba obi abeti ase but the macroeconomic indicators which is the bigger picture of big macroeconomic indicators now a lot of people are lost and the whole soon politicians in yadi adwini di agron because so many say when the conversation is pegged at the macroeconomic indicators now brofwa kesi awunye economics o shadanti ase but when we break it down to the bread and butter, the gobe issues, the bottom, the inflation, the prices, what the performer, the average person, no Ghanaian no to but is able to relate But politicians think now person they are doing they are going to person be breaking it down. And they are the back call. Yeah, the back call. You see, I said, and I know not CJ call the vetting, no, can you see? And vetting, I said, let me back up and go back to CJ issue. Now come back to the economic issue. No, CJ issue. Once a CJ call version or vetting or trendy, I even suggested, say, oh, you're chief justice, and now we are judge. Sometimes PR, any media communications, and you need media communication experts to help you, especially if you are going for BB to say a year first vetting. Because as I see the cockaya about a year I thought, hey, be a joke, no joking. But me train the video, my train over and over again. He seems serious. I think the Chief Justice should not have said that. Because yes, I don't want more for I say justice nobody adumano. A personal. And the justice and yet the Amrana Beckham per se, but I won't know what you are feeling. Chief Justice, Chief Justice open once because I say me I miss what they also what saying. It's nana no more because what we Becca on my was so a Becca on nana no was so how are you going to protect nana no? I don't want to say too much about because I thought I know the CJ shouldn't have said it because also knew one is BB I'll bet me come but CJ PR person, you know. When who says I'm not Becca and there were connotations baby. Only say or kind of honest truth say Charlie at the end the advantage and who and he said or shared facts of the case of course or can one or more case so he knows the facts of the case and even beyond the facts na anymore better no and perhaps that's where he's speaking from but everyone economy you see on before economy on CJ say your parliament our Ghana ya nhwe ya parliament ni be gu ase obi embu parliament bi because it appears that since from Osha a year first 96 2001 at the parliament I been no say vetting according to rubber stamp. I said the obey bia vetting there. I say enye formalities keke the tie bia nipa no will go through. Because me president for time those days you know omutumi ye vetting me see nipa ya approve na than stalemate. Not that issue. That is when you can see that the power of the people's representatives, which is parliament, they are doing something to say that Sumesi, yeah, approval because A, B, C, D on principle, on issues, on values. If you go back to Rawlings time, there was going to be an appointment of a chief justice at the time, Justice Anang. It was J.H. Mensah, and I miss J.H. Mensah. I see, yeah, generation, we are a little blessed because at least who J.H. Mensah kakra asa no who ne kakra. And that generation politicians, because even another crowd free side generation, and then another better now the politics assessor from the politics he was doing back in the day. That generation, because in the case of Republic saying NPP versus Attorney General, it was about the appointment of Attorney General as Justice Anai as Attorney Justice Anai as Supreme Court judge, and the Constitution qualification be say before Obi to me a free Supreme Court judge and also about being Chief Justice, the person must be a lawyer. The person must be a member of the bench. I was saying, or a judge for 15 years. He must have been a lawyer of 15 years or in high moral standard. But qualification work can assume work on Supreme Court. High moral standard. Because Constitution high moral and saying opema na opema. Echrete nipa no or ne oba ba ko na wo ana one ma miensa na wo na me wofa ikeche kwame apia de bi o so one ma 9 e na wo ne bi ana. Which one? And a high moral standard. Na me law lecturer lawyer Bochi Bechiro say the high moral standard is very difficult to determine. To determine the parameters of high moral standard. Because who so be oti akra the morality is different. Who so be oti sablugu the morality is different. Who so be okwa sorry the morality is different. Obi onkwa sorry ne dey different. That is the case at J.H. Mensah and the court. NPP versus Attorney General. It went to court. I miss those days when Ottawa kind court judgment was so scared. And then Parliament anymore guasiama. Parliament had any rubber stamp because shenanigans Afenyomark in charge of the police who are withdrawing. I think Afenyomark should have stayed. Don't withdraw. More working out to say stay. Question be about the better Attorney General CJ no. More fun no. Sit there. And yet the Biana walk out yet. Even if you ask MPP for your say Parliament or Manco in 1992, no so Mombeka wasn't the best decision. And on the day bedroom, my baby ene. It's a side issues thing in but also about a free parliament near share to say economy in once from me traders advocacy Ghana for her. We'll find out whether they were consulted. This budget here, a lot of people are hailing budgets or budget here did as well. But you see, budget where so once a man call for baby MP Trobo MP Kwatu when she was saying so akoyi near man reflect here or your new MP. Or a new MP. I think the problem is that Parliament orientation no mo ya first and come go gimpa no because obiba parliament it is the business obi no about parliament or your lawyer na well with time say parliamentary effect of budget no take effect onye lawyer but first no ke fa MP so for no mo ba ya de omo Green Hill College or gimpa. You're training almost 6 weeks. No matter procedures, government department agencies said your money naming na you might never know. It's why would the MP not go and say so? Makoyi niamane a budget a COVID levy no crowd ministers who are here for and reflect because on here. So the question is now who calls them? It is Parliament orientation. Now more them MPs new ones no mabano. What happened? What kind of orientation? Majai and at the time for combo. And I'm on the parliament. Na mansuhunu and said that making impact. And this is where you train MPs. Or brown this is what we expect parliament to do. More duty to train your MPs. Said you buy an MP ni baba parliament crown onim the onim parliamentary standing orders, onim processes and ministries, department, agencies, and it said at to force onim budget, when the budget is supposed to take effect. Now parliament no matter. What do you expect the MP to do? And MP no kokan because she didn't know. Clearly, she didn't know. So that media the failure is not on the part of the MPO. Come be where you memoir. Yen in corporate or the fun where you memoir, who you may run also your orientation money panel, onimo corporate culture, onimo corporate language, onimo corporate systems, onimo SOPs. Who now bet Shreno? And the question is more parliament, Shred, I'm the MPs, no new ones on my banner. It's just new ones on more. Oh, then I know A plus coca seminar moody at them. It's not his fault. Parliamentary orientation, Ben Mayama new MPs, and their parliament for Damoso. When you not just a parliament moody agro, see, by every ornament call another issue. Namima tag for him. This weekend, the professors, me, Professor Jampo, any Professor America, the Obia Tradia, your friend of Professor, but Dr. Jampo, Dr. Donfe. And I'm about the same budget and economic indicators. Of course, also Dr. Donfe, no, a development economist. And me also be so Dr. Donfe, your friend saying on Tradia economics department, yes. But or a developmental economist, and you'll be a economist, not Tradia economics department. And the fact so being Tradia economics department doesn't make the economics not all kind of less of economics than the actual economics. No, because in your BIA or economist or Tradia or economics department, there are different aspects of economics. So that would be a very trivial, immature way of looking at the issue. Of course, you know, be also a child with economics department, and a specific or speaking to all economic issues. Or be a head of economics department, or your labor economist, Professor Bob Watson, or your labor economist. And the idea man to sorry or Jampo, any interviews they say, Professor Jampo say, this is Dr. Donfe panic, and yes, will be soon defamation. So I said you 7 previous, so Odim Kora, Professor Odim Kora. I'm quoting him so that nobody should come and cite me too for defamation. Hey, my member video, no chill. It's way you know na starting to kwano. Asema ko fan to kwani nyina ba e no. Economy. Dr. Donfe say growth na ene ye hu no. it started from NDC, MPP for time. And because they had already stabilized the system after going under IMF conditionalities, no, and so any and abanity, the credit should not just go to NDC in Kwan. And I don't proceed that. I did no crow now I can because a bonibi neba and na and Dr. Don't Felson Coca section near Yefa credit no and comma bonnet who credit no comma MPP for Kobe blame NDC and therefore on the more bia may know what to say because of the political persuasion. You see, I want to go fool Dr. Don Fabuno or see more big metna and quiet to say because of the political persuasion, you know, or can be a MPP for me. Dr. Don Fason Castle MPP ni Dr. Don Fason Castle Hona or Tiano MPP. He's there because he's a development economist and jump on him. So Tradia a friends a school of Center for Social Policies with Bisa. Or Chadi on winning now Legon on him. And of course, a kutia so person chest and Dr. You don't know MPP Nina because of his MPP persuasions and all can be added credit and come MPP for. And Dr. Don't say there be yes, member yes, I'm at Nan, no master, oh, Pim Mekutia. But you see, Sound talk away, a word you flow. Yes, so Kona who's any pammy no conco, which I said the NSC, but I said the NSC nano. I said, way and talk from Legon. What I know, because I am enough for what I know, say and talk from Legon. Time jampo tape no assemble, you know. Legon lecture see be brave for say. Jampo tape no Edianum Guasia ma Legon. Na ma Legon to me ni obuo respect a Legon one because of Jampo BBC documentary ya nas ekofa ba enti ama respect na Legon one akofom. It is our professors now more I believe no bebre mini jump that to her. It is some way by and I quite say answer. Oh, don't bad the wasso. Yeah, meaning what that and I'll cover us my bench something entirely about politics as some and the fundamental thing say jump on Nankasa because of Sa BBC tape no. Although I didn't call court no, you know this BBC tape now some court. And the court said that there was no evidence to say Jampo any Akorebiada besides girl no who was the subject matter of BBC documentary now. And also Professor Don Feka say Professor Odidin Kurano. Sandia no Legon student. Number 2, no sign Jampo Susu student. And the court no can say and then Jampo who is a Jampo near Bonibia in the BBC documentary no. And they found him as a not culpable and are not liable in the BBC documentary. And the Jampo, so that's on that basis that Jampo to catch any side will be sue Dr. Donfe. Just Dr. Donfe a panic. But me say, I said when they are the fire by and say, some BBC documentary, you know, and no, I bone of context the Jampo the Nguasia Abre Legon. It is our Legon professors no more yet typical academia for no like Jampo, no more Jampo to what that. It's a company say no, because I mean, I mean, you. And the jump also go throw jab or not say a jab, who be throw me jab. Now Obi abe throw me jab, and you jump, you don't have any moral standing to jab me. The other issue is also the answer say no. Supreme Court judges so can make sure say there's perception that ABI NDT MPP because MPP for yes Supreme Court for then a unanimous FC. NDT by so almost nominated 72 people judges to various benches from High Court, Court of Appeal to Supreme Court. 72 judges and omode omako enti Legon so no ade ni bia tiesi ho sa perception ade you see the perception say we Jampo ye NDC Professor Donfe MPP no enyi Legon ko na asem na ba and that's why I'm saying say democracy na Ghana here practicing is dangerous yes no I'm not convinced that Ghana no me share any future me Ghana for say I don't think that the Ghana democracy no is dead. There's no future for Ghana democracy, the economy, because starting and so presenters, DHA, so journalists for our line, after so lawyers, maybe after by judges, after do parliament, and after do academia. Until now, you're splitting Ghana every aspect of your societal groups. No Supreme Court judges are crying. I just say when we NDC, when we MPP, journalists, when we NDC, when we MPP, and they do professors. Now, if professors bet me, I say because of me make us. I don't think just because of the perception say we were this way when people know the underlying thing the coffee before no buy na match no because omutu ni no me na fufu yes Legon BBC anas tape no say jump e de nguase aba Legon enti omo a Legon da omo koma so no omo de omo mini jump ato ho enti jump de no ho be boss so na ne akwa kofa asem aba. Let me play the video to you again na me ma Yera Nana Poku Emra because I know fire and selling the beer. Very unfortunate if you ask me. Very unfortunate. Say, penny for bet me aqua duru the point where yes, ama and cranny baby straight jump say where the professor and yama Dr. Donfe Quino or to blow back. But this is not how we want our politics to go. Under no circumstance, there was a politics. Because mummy and Ukra GS Gasha, I know. Jump on GS Gasha, Dr. Donfe GS Gasha. Kobusa Legon lectures, and yana no money MPP for talk about allowance or research allowance. Obusika and if Obitin channel back GD say ampa these two no different political persuasions. They are not just saying yeah, so Ghana you can. We must start paying our professors to say they pay your politicians. Yeah, yes, sir. Nobody will come and use our lectures. But in for them to come and be fighting. Sampa said because they are fighting for because Nana donate a year first Mahama also could say that. Baumia any Mahama Kranoa Omuna Omoji Gasha and Muchenche Omuna Omuji Sikakasia a free article 71 Omuna Tesorono. No a year first about Baumia name Mahama Ko you who know most history. So we must elevate our politics. It's sad they say bedroom this point where I feel the politics not TSC academia. At TSC Academia, we don't. There's no hope for Ghana. I swear, Allah. You hope bringing us. Said Drew sa point where not just Ghana no. Ye. Nana Poku ye friend say traders advocacy group for my main for Mumbai. Jalilu say good evening if you me or Bamboy. Jalilu chia President Mama Mami Bole Bamboy de oh you me 18. Na chia Becky was solar because if you solar now call Bamboy minya honum. Pakwesi no say good evening Pakwesi. Yeah, for Edmond dance also good evening. Edmond also good evening. Come my wife. Balasai Gabriel say good evening Balasai. So I have also your friend saying Ohio. I have a good evening to you, pa. Joe say watching from Hamburg. Greetings, Hamburg for your chiamo. Yadamasi so mo Hamburg for Munkada Lumba. Semni yesi no boko wate. Gabriel, I see you. I see you. Zachariah, good evening to you. Abrante say, but why should he dress like a corpse? Why not dressing like a corpse? No? The Chief Justice at the end, okay, there be a ceremonial uniform. He's not dressed like a corpse. It's out at the end, a ceremony. What's out at the end? Just say you have arrived. At the end, just say what do we a Chief Justice? We a Justice of the Supreme Court. Bra obe bra san at the end when you are no bra maneshe. Hey, unim school albeko. Any books albekine. Jaja maneshe. My obesha the two cry manisha. Obebi nyebi ama obano so she be what here. David is more fire. David, thank you so much. Isaac see if you are indeed orientation of new MPs a very true or say but MPs boycotted. Didn't you know the fact? Okay, I said it too, but I guess or something. You have your own political persuasion. Patrick or sister, you do thank you, Patrick. What I say? When MPP boycotted the new MP's orientation in Volta region, where were you? Well, I spoke about it too. Orientation is needed. It's not about winning politics now. Felicia, when are we really learning from these leaders fighting themselves every day instead of them coming together to think about the development of Ghana? Asemnoani. Yeah, Ghana and Penifono must come together and fight for Ghana. And yet fighting among themselves. That is needless. Okay, Patrick, I love listening to you every day, Monday, but the network problem no in Amasia Central. Hey, Okra, Amasia Central, some now okay. Amasia Central Muni Fire Station. Now no police station, she cries be quiet. Hey, Amasia Central there. Amasia Central to 200% MPP. next election or some boycott MPP. Amansia Central quota one in your mat to MPP. Since I owe me, mat to MPP, sa Amansia Central. Next election, Amansia Central must boycott MPP. What do you want to know? Rita said Ghanaian democracy is dead long ago. Any Rita, okay, me no in the etching. Yeah, grabbing the idea, democracy. No. James also quite into good evening. Yeah, Brian James, good evening too. Mustafa, so good evening. Come on, Francis, the JC network. No, Francis, any. But maybe I know I restart system now. My why? Brian Richard Kofi. So if you are good evening, was sprinters. Brian Richard, good evening. So come my why? Jerry Adade Kwati, you say nice job. If you are good evening to you. Dukes Ken, or say if you are good evening, pa. Thank you for the good job that you are doing. And Kaswa Keke Micha, good evening. So also Kaswa also watch here live from American Town, Kenke House. Regards and come how I come go for so start here campaign so mope say then James Kwate say I think Dr. Donfe went too far. James there no. Now appear say if you are great to log on to your program, Vim Lady, our democracy is still infantile. It's true. Democracy need dear a level. Now we must elevate your democracy. Ya sad dear Ghana baby a kono na yetiki because this one no MYN to the extent where your professors to me boy there. Hey, Jesus. I think on the basis of Ntokwano, there, both Dr. Donfe Jampo, and pay the both of them must apologize to the viewers. Dr. Jampo and Dr. Donfe and pay the two of them must come together and apologize to Ghana for any viewers. Because by now Biate so mukobo akede and I think it's in bad taste. Omumi enu nyina mebo efrese emepacho. But on say we say obesu ne yonko for defamation there. I think that well, let's leave it to the court. Let's leave it to the court for the court to decide. So why any egunu hufin? Let's leave it to the court. The court will do justice to a matter like that. Enti yera nana poguma ma good evening ni akwa abawai.
Good evening them.
Asem de ahumete pa Zara Toloba. I like your name Toloba. Or see Vim, I like the way you flow. Me da say Felix Adosi, if you are good evening, keep always being objective. And Simon Kojo no say good evening. Vim, the CJ should try and take our money for us. Mbacho sika ben kana CJ nti why? So sika bia kodu baby. And yes case bia na court Supreme Court there because CJ no sana e lower court. He only sits in the Supreme Court. The open at CJ betimi atina, but he empanels the court. Nanapia also UK. Thank you, pa. Obani kacha mami sha same free ho mo amoye Ghana for mo traders advocacy Ghana de mo na mo ye dwadifo. Mo na mo need the everyday people interacting. Mo na mo hu Ghana for mo na mo ground. America for because boots on the ground. Mo na mo ground. Until before I back economic issue, no, I'm about professors in here. More Ghana for more everyday Ghanaians. No, more near say politics not done in Tokwa. Edru, your professors in what? More feel saying.
Vimle di medawa say na main fa acquire out the amami so na menchia Ghana dwadifo nyina to tag members. Omo 16 regions ni nyina. Medenchia kesi F4 FDA so ne OKFM ede ama womo eye minua Professor Jampo ene minua Dr. Donfe mi mehwe no se odwadini na me de economic side abem e was say me move ntokwa no ko Bukom Arena na mehwe kwa mefa so a me de be generate sika economy na bia so eti Professor Jampo na napoku na kase se otime nkra na bo ho me be show gloves Dr. Donfe me so me be show gloves etokwa no ye de beko Bukom Arena na matimia making money as a businessman na sponsorship deals ba machiche bia mamo na eze David I was they were fighting about economy, right? And omoni no more putting together. No. As a businessman, I see money in it. hona me hwe no.
Yeah, but o hwe say Ghana baby aye duro yi. Ese say your politics duro sa.
Afena me ba ho. Ma hwe the business sense. Mesre empanimfo emienu. Eye kan bi ma men kan bi. Enye sebe abatire ene ye de beka economic issues. Na ti said your kind. Ukoto se enavufo mienu ko a enyina ho misa se na ye dey. Bisa se na anu asem no. Ye dey ene bai. Inti mesre se Professor Jampo se unyini Dr. Domfe unsusu wanyini. Se bibi ena enkoyie ewo montem kra no a. Yesu nti Ghana de ye de Yesu nti bamu a etimi solve. They have to solve them. Na yenya yewo economic arena no mu no. So omo kasa yetie won. Sebe ya yensu yebenya bibi afiri wo mo ho. Omo asua nwoma. Tu ni nyina omo nimde. Owe Dr. Domfe submissions ya na ye. Owe Professor Jampo ne submissions eno so ye. But muja submissions ni nyina gu o na mudi emotions echi a emwaye. Seriously speaking, emwaye nkra. Enti no minim ye say Jampo de obetie me. Omani sibiu no matter what. Professor Dr. Domfe so onhwe so say we pani. So no. Say mama ye mrantie ye go studio ni etwa bros amomu mienu mu beka say. But ade no eya no. So no nanu amini Asaki ko UTV. Asaki say adwadifo ntete niema so say Asaki untimi ntra UTV nka nkyere adwadifo say ye ntete niema so. That is not how it works. Minya daji chirechire mu, but he was insistent, which is very good. Onusu so advocate ama consumers. What I say? Enu kire say menene nya adwen a was say edane bibi basa. Debi.
But mama openi mama busa say politician na share side we chiri ana. Because na ke ehuni say. Your professor nke buo mu panti e den e duru say.
Sa MPP NDC factor. In fact, nyame kra na abam kebedi Ghana fo awu mo. Minim obini ne maame a odwa ne maame because of sa MPP NDC. Na ni wura free say ne maame odede ba hwiase no. So no, iti actually ansana all ne ni ba no ho so say hey mistake be na me ye. It is anko koye ena na ne maame awu a. Na say sabi wadin sam fumu pa wo ye hu hwia enyi sa and na me da bia ya na ye adwadifo ye be kasa kire politicians na omuntie na office ha meti and na no pay minya complaints in free dwom kra no manya be 10 etiminu mienu wa na o data. It is a pia bontin say ni e kasa ni e ka bibi kire mo say ade wei mumfa ntutu yie ya beto aba ma metra ya asema na
mkako aban koko mo antie NMPP for di
ntutu yie mu bedi ntwo ne ntwo na mu bedie no so mo awe yi a yakọ ni tfm ni ekọ program na MPP ni bi sha samu aboye chi sa mu am ye tue na say ubeblemu mi a ublemu mi blemu hunu kwa ye hunu ka kire mo antie sa pepepe ena abanya wabai ye bokoko a ontie efi say me de ti said your kind boot on the ground no e chale what to cross account boot ni hin a me chale e dey afa grounds
enti opani o ka say politicians na NDC ni MPP for na share chire omo interest pa ne science omo de aduru say omo party communicators omo profo omo wa say omo de afra obi aka civil society groups kwa say bi wa enti dem bi na politicians hwehwe say omo de aduru lectures so because in can say lectures in the can na go omo ka say modu it is a politicians who got to omo so say dey ni obi aka sa Supreme Court judge so matomo lawyers matomo doctors matomo they say mo de aduru academia lectures so and they say obia
me timi aka say a habit. Yawo subia emoyen when we are dealing with the political divide. Fa enkrofo this asema okai. Don't fair issues one fan pe jump asem. And a jump on issues on fan pe don't fasem. Etino efiri baby and eba. Na ya na ebu onu ma politics in India ebe fa so kwa. Me sada me ebi also a politics in kind na a degenerate sa ene ye boni ya ade animguase abre wo mu mienu nyina. Mimi momu de meka ni said the two of them should meet. Omofa law court lawsuit nto nchen. Na mienu no samra public. Emma Ghana for hunu say eya asem ne bae enso yaka. Sebe nkukon kitinkiti ayeso wo wi de. En hardwins a obi awibi. Intini wanyina ni. So ahunu. Enye eyibia freno say bia de bia ye hu ye bone so bim lady no credit da wa ni aka. Mema ni na wiase nyina do onpenko konkitikiti on tafre na batwe.
But see one asama eba Dr. Jampo lawyers actually command don't fail so mo de na court.
Enkosi hwe. Enkosi yakeka no kan bi enkosi hu. Asa BBC for kan bi omo kekan bia. On twachiri enye no na be clear no enye no na be dware. Na mmom ekwan a omumienu ebeba bonten eni Ghana for abekasa na ehia ne omumienu nyina agiatum say we were wrong. So no eno na bema sa dware na opesu dware no aye successful. What I say na nya court na go court no say yakeka no kan bi abende. Misdemeanor. So no me nya
well, criminal issue.
Civil ideas at the end of the day. Yakeka no kan bi BBC for na kind na no or ti ya no wan kohwe court case na yebu amane ensi no. Enti e pass a judge of.
Well, but and also the any defense mom there. Say
defense but
defamatory now also ko repeat here. Wow, say repeat here no so defamatory but say madam lawyer back so message what send the amam say yan kan che Jampo say enka be ya on ma say the wu two Jampo fu as on man lawyers on redraw no on redraw because yes asem no ebe de and he right lawyer question or say say a lady be your friend say MFA then they say Professor Jampo ye ni bi o say no and can addition yeah and it asem no eba no to say ebe ya yan kan che Jampo na on so I just say yeah say Dr. Don't find evidence in mra and comfortable because don't fetch ama no say evidence no
me no me come to
defending who court nti ebe ya na asem fa na asem
so ehun hia sabe wo bema kwana timi sore na anopa na bibi na akodwon so nko a nkokon kitinkiti obawibi etu onyina ni
but we no allegation the Dr. Jampo Dr. Don't Fede bo one ka say be ono oba bi de wo and they say no more be ma bia na oba da but I see Professor Odi Nkola which means that before we need consent e na problem no no
na sa akwala bi pie nsu sesi ya say why ye ne sa de na oba de
na say ni akwala ne ya wodo anu don re bi wo nya say wo kan ye na akwala no must bring evidence e che sam pa o ye ne sa
ene nkola ba wo ba no o proof sha o vim afutu a ye di tu ye nua no ontie awun hia me am friend no I'll call him
okay
my friend aka say me nua twaso okay David the crowd you no ogina soro hwe bi no okoye o sakra di mu awu ye ndai
okay yo la question I was obam we need you on this matter advice I would demand Jampo yeah we need because la question tell the mama say okay mama mfa we into on am ncho earlier no and then asem start ya na Jampo lawyers almost almost they are demanding retraction, yeah, apology keke. Almost say asem no on chin sign, no sampa a friend saying a icho. Ompe Jampo echo and san ombete asem na senyes adia omonti ase kra said or de economonte ase kwambiaso. Inti and also so and Emma a lawyer question this message we send and say beya Jampo entwaso no. Now when twaso I want here ya said you'll be a start ban and this is the lady. Mini anum Joy FM for I'm said I think Ghana today for Neko can ask him. Or say a lady way or tia broche boss no ye Professor Jampo student. And also or say no sad time I know old school no. Because in a casadi and also as say education. I say former NDC parliamentary aspirant now mami will contest NDC. And awenya on one no allegations way against Jampo. No, I don't know if indeed I tell way as our Wakanda. Sister, we start time at the heat of BBC. We no me say wakan Facebook near identity. Pacho la question masendo link no pacho be to me. I know we repeat advice and said the nana pokuso the advice him man because we message now we send you say say Jampo nim trick now. You keep quiet on these matters. We don't have issues with people and yet as when you can publicly or say ebeya on can anuntum no withdraw sa threat no of the lawyers yes sir and conforma bebre beba up on the kwa make asem ne beye basa wan hwe ya na afi abeg take you over from that Lumba case ni kwanti ebeya Jampo withdraw asem no on this matter should not be litigated. Until la question so asem no la question mpacho check WhatsApp no why mpacho check WhatsApp and say I've sent you a WhatsApp until check WhatsApp ne mami until I don't know advice all day man and but going forward
me am a friend no catch no say me nua twaso me am fan to so and I dey why say ehun asam na ba but me I want them to settle their difference when you are more one institution
exactly
so no me stress empanimfo bi wo UGMC on mo a say bi omo na omo frɛ wo they need to sit them down and iron this out the way obi anka na at the end of the day no sa kroye no emra that is what Professor Jampo should pursue what I say and ne yenya do ye pani a utiri ho ene ye hon akuma obi abeka do opebi acho but you need to have the balls so no to receive them. I was on your thick skin. Ya no akaze me. I have the thick skin. Na kakra gu na me nua Jampo go to wura mu.
Because we cry there because imagine say Nana do anase Mahama. Almost bibia mpo na omde be court. And you think court fo nya mo asem ka because you say na edidi o matem. Me you say na Mahama ene papa no. Mahama nkasada. Because no him say onye papa no. Mo nya masama mo nkokanye on no ye papa no. Afi ade eche say Mahama pema ana Mahama kwa wo ni irechi mema bebra wo mo ye enye crime. Mahama nsoso enye Kufuado opem say wa bro ni ba na Kufuado na kokra ope road ross Kufuado ankasa. Enti say dey wo kan no good advice dey because bia wo so a wo fififunu ani a wo hu saman.
Yeah, the mama digging na Kufuado a me masua kakra free no. Ye mfita duku. Wa unim boss na ye bechi wato. Of you. When I make us our thick skin. Nana Kufuado. Was a hard person. Because who did not attempt to nothing na or grooming more. Of you. Because on himself no or baby or tear. No baby a tear. They can't see who have the advantage.
Now the me ya cry say in this matter, unim obi to say Dr. Donfe, any Dr. Jampo, you know, I consultancy my NDC MPPO. I know say Dr. Jampo he was a consultant for Alan Chemanting. He was a consultant for MPP back. Why you know my bebre? Dr. Donfe who knows and also a consultant for NDC for I think 2016. And 2020 elections or Juma NDC for predicted when they be winning more policy way because I know developmental economists to make sure what the policy way back in so benya Our man for who
That's
near
it.
omon power ground. Now by no what's sour economic policy now. Or they ban. Into I had mom in
That's
fact,
it.
ni student a year first saying lady Mahama Baba, you know, minister of deputy minister of gender or communication, your friend saying Vicky Hammer or any student.
Vicky Hammer.
Ablakwa, any student. A lot of these politicians, NDC politicians, Dr. Donfe, students. Inti I me ya say politicians to me nunum omo manipulate ye lectures to the point amu go money masse. Politicians so should bow their heads in shame because they are behind. They said they're okay. They should bow their heads in shame. Say more they are more we your prophecies. Can they not your prophecies? Can say to one pie and then they're more than your prophecies to the extent where
on your authority. What I say, it be actually books, it be already wide. It you know say okasa, in as much as say if you dear a different no, a book mu a utumu say waka book mu asem. So no, aha. Na osenya efie dear ebeka ho a na aya akono.
yeah.
So no, utwa obi ti say opani a ya okọ chairman general program ya. Opani
Ejekum, yes.
Opani Ejekum.
Yes.
On say enya nwoma ne de nko anu wo use.
There be
Or the fie de eka ho. Ema hu say papa yi okasa eye authority. Usha abrochira doctors any especially the medical doctors omu books o ma tre and you could see say eye well researched. Iti asam na oka no emanipa bebre fa edidi dwuma. Yahwe yewura oheneba oheneba entiamwa. Ne researcher wasua any bibia comes from these authorities. Eka onunko a ebia nkonunko ntwere book bia. But enam say ofa nim die ni free authorities wo.
Yeah, professor
yes, ama ono so be authority in health. So no, that is what we are expecting from them. So okay. I said, I will reiterate my call. Say, empanimfo bi enim wo mo emfra omu mienu nyina. Na omuntu omofo. Eye ade a ehya akomam eni tirim na apia abonten. So no. Yen hwe na emfiri ho na omu mienu nyina should be in public and make sure say Ghana for who as professionals.
Yeah.
Not pennyphobia survey.
Yeah. I agree with you. I live on for penny for no and kasa.
Yes.
Now
because
this is not the best. Yeah. This is
and
not the best.
Obia o cabo so vim. Obia obi yan nyina ye de onyame akata so kama but sabi onfum so obi betumi akobie ama ebie wi a afuka ye na mekra me ko okoede so na akofo how bebebe nti the lawyer neka the maker meaning ye say empanimfo bi so kasa kire no ontwa court case ni so o de so fee say wa hano to the levels one kasa no bi okra enu mbe better than to say oboko fifi funani wakohu nsama ebe ha.
Yo, I agree with you. Lovelace, on this issue, Lovelace, you can say, MPP was sorry. The MPP has decided to boycott TV3 programs. So this was for against one Dr. Donfe. But Dr. Donfe, no, but on your MPP, and your MPP for a small more call. He or your professor or Chiradia will go. Or need party be a card. I jump also need NDC for card. Or when you call on my, they go there in their own capacity as lecturers. Omotu omodima say the example yi associate professor what throw books be professor or political science no abi wo mpa first Dr. Donfe so chair developmental economics and no what throw ade ni PhD chair master students ade omo nyina they are men in their own right oti asia ha nti omo ben in Joseph Kujo mo nti am say abrochire sene ye frɛ obi a chair the friend professor say generic term nti Ghana ya onye professor o chair university a professor. Sani you can wabruchi. Forgive me if I'm saying that, but I'm saying that because it's imagine I switch it. Wabruchi, imagine na dani abruchi, and sana abruchi from it doesn't matter say anybody says anything. No. Jampo did not go there for MPP. What you say? He didn't go there for MPP. He went there in his capacity as development economy because budget yasem na moka. And the can budget yasem de ono or nim budget no ono church and asim. Nane point in say economy no stability na yehuno. It's not NDC for they creating in just this last 10 months. It was a foundation started under MPP. His argument is that the NDC for making in 2017 and 2018 is economic development na Ghana nya no CD no stability no inflation na Ghana hu it is because na NDC at the Ghana call IMF in 2015 it's a home positive impact na oforiata beto ye in 2017 and 2018 no the same thing na you don't first say the foundation na oforiata so ye no IMF de no amu ye and also so na NDC abeto a ayeye amano sesi ano and on a started bone of contention between the two of them just en tokwa we aba no ti na opani kase kan say ye man panifo no mrem no mum from because en tokwa we enimguase no egu or the saying egu legon animase enye obia oti ase legon en enimguase no koma omo say bona fide lectures a ma ben if suddenly now omo bo atwede wo nipa mu de a na che de ngwase legon enye politicians omo de omo ado what you say omo mada nti no Joseph Kujo say what MPP did does not need any acknowledgement. They made people die. Well, people burn omo wu but you know what why now they account ho na makan account Nana Pia to say Gentuo system no is destroying our Jantua and our best work is destroying our country. We should not allow these dons coming together to cool matters. If they cannot comport themselves, and now will be who say they cannot lead our universities. As some way so kind of some will be uncle patcho mobia malegon from pennyphobia for jim. So mummy no more professors or my brain or to control or Obia ni obetimi control. They also are not qualified to lead departments or University of Ghana. Zito Joseph say jampo ye NDC mpajo jampo ye NDC or ni NDC for card bia don't your friends say don't add a to them. Why? Membe kala obia mo ka ho na ya we Panama brandy we or NDC we or jampo kana dwene on car say we bia on J party bia card leave jampo alone. What I say Joseph Kujo said they've all lost their capital, and these people went to depress. Well, I don't know as capital and comment to us. Back to economic issues now. Now issue say first and foremost budget now to force him back. How did more joma more from the impact of economic policy? No saying. Or consulting plan more ready for at first and consulting my son already budget nana.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Vim a medawasi na yedi be free one more mid-year budgeter or present 2024. Eba bonting eba catcher almost say Omaya. Now we see prospects in certain areas of the economy.
At the force economy.
Yes, at the force economy. Yeah. Press release. Ede congratulate Kwayoma Faso ashishe sa budgeta okori di ya ne dikano. Ye ni soy. Na ehunu se wodi yi a friend is say the scale and e-levy no
e-levy yeah
free home you congratulate no e catch any say on share ni sapumu nsu na enhihye no se ya no obekọ ne de a ene ebeboa ampani ampa ni nuane ampa sa budget we nso eniema na adwadifo ohwehwe bi ti say COVID-19 levy airport levies bi ne nema bi a ekeka ho senko be ye free ho no o ma eti ase say they are going systematically kakra Umbeyi ni nyina afio. At this time budget, we assign at the VAT every 29%, at the about 20. Still at 20 now also there. Now so a bit of numa or twa and ebbing. And a kwanswa omo per reforms at the ama customs titu ushesika yelusu in the hands of customs Ghana customs a hadwin. But nyese bia eye bibibia ehyehyɛ a ɛda customs dada no kra no sɛ yɛse yɛhwɛ so ne de ayɛ adwuma a enka Ghana enlusu
enti mo adwadipo de mo fo sɛ atofo sɛ ayɛ ade mo
oh sɛ me a teacher na ɛyɛ 10/10 a memma no 7/10.
Great. But nana go home so ho mama because you baba oni aba beto so you question a journey. I like that. Say because when the cover a man so no between Jampo ni don't buy you know. Say MPP for foundation no. And ama NDC for a repeat. And I Jampo say there give credit where credit is due. NDC for na build the economy no. Omo no my idea. They said they okay say you give Ato Forson 7/10. Why are they 2 bonabaso? But just a quick one on a you like question, Mama. Good evening. So, Cromutino, but me that's so I join here. Advice now they
okay. Okay, and here win by 4 in I see and I'm few win back. We might stop over Kaswakra, which is very important. Okay, now what we want to say in this Mr. Jampo and Professor Jampo na Dr. Domfe omuna young Crawford, your brothers, what me I say, tutusro mona on they've also helped in shaping the country variously, at least coming from University of Ghana. No? At least many be more Asia wow show so several times. For doctor there and then prof there almost every now and then. And if you have a coincidence, or mummy and so you know, your body, ni or mummy
body is the pan.
And you now, over any day. Now, yes, more economy no, a more shedda. Oh, and it is here, no, I issues a capital and way near the no. Careful, na say unity boom say. You see, no, Professor Jampo, Yamaya, don't win your position. What me I say? Or a big figure, Ghana. And they say, ya careful. Na in your money be no, ya handle behind the scenes. Na ya so jacket from Eden Humba say boom. Maybe my typical example. Unim Bill Cosby, US, baby, US. Tama ya nkwala no, ya share Cosby show. The whole world no wajini ding. Time ana GBC GTV nkwa na ewo Ghana ha no upe enyimbre bia obehwe Cosby show papa we edi enije edi mankofo bebre very powerful man wanye lucky wakọ retirement kura after so many years oje na ahomio ena oba baako ebebo no kwedu ena ne lawyer sikoye se omuko defend ene na we ato egum echana we ato egum echana we so de abane we ni ade and I want say university environment no so de young girls ne bebre wo ye den wo hye ho so kra den anya kra no ba ku mienu be baba cross o path a omodo wo beto trouble enioma ekatakata enioma so anyame adom ye most of us were even happy say the issue no ebetwem edeko na Saturday no ni esi ne de behwe kakra bi mi anu mabre but at least na say me ho e follow the issues in time am ba yeso yenya bi aka but me hu heat na wo studio na me sin no but you see yes we don't want to give some media houses some name with doc no analysis and anchor for you say now we perceive say omo ho nyina no Ekasama government of the day and now perceived to be NDC inclined. The now bet is or no, so you're perceiving it to be from the other side. Do you get my point? And the now bet is and then who may say Minkwa, me vagabond, and I may some stubborn kind. We trouble me,
Okay.
we trouble me, we trouble me.
Okay.
In the heat of the moment, and also try say, and I mean defend him, ma come too much. Oh, na menya kwala. Oh, ente onyaye kra nko beka se. Isi ano wakoye propaganda no wenya oposa. Hwemu na di oposa no. Na membe yesa wo betoto e dia amaye.
Ano na
Bibisa na nkonyaya. Aha, wahu. Bibisa na uja fonka oto egu from mama. But Osha na I bet to say wenya kamafo Dr. Bonfe wenya kamafo ba kokra that day no. And Osha ya we so mu Martin Pebu should take it on. Oh, and at a point no out of anger.
So he felt attacked. And say he was being attacked.
Yeah, seriously attacked because he was even compared to say na mumu nim show na mumu abetna so no. Yani yesha as you sa key point platform no yesha say na mu nim baby amonenam kra. So he said it on the show because at na anger level no na too much man. Do you get my point? But baby Adrian fan say attack na ba no so person o defend comment bia obia ye no yen kase no ye wie eja esefia 100 shows heated arguments but after show no we try to patch up anyway me so call joy TV so follow kakra and also there was a lady lawyer ofi hona no and a colleague lawyer so make a statement MP no made a statement. And also no bufu here, and also be overreact here. And you see some of this, just to let you know, say as co-panelists, no, we are then will be tier we now, so we is tier we now. So, but my escalate here, they no money in public domain.
But
now
do you
think
question? Do you also think say TV3 and so maybe should have handled it another way? Video na then about because TV3 when they release the video now, should they not have released it? Now common can't say no boko we inside the bar the Emma Bonti.
No video no podi sisia te say ye kan te say we show ya sisia is online. When you repair it will be on YouTube. So TV3 might not necessarily might not necessarily have control over it. But it's an American that day who follow ya obia when follow croko YouTube obet me how the genesis and all the media platforms the same seat no makotena so wow and ana ya mpese ya beka no bebre I say you blame media houses so but all I want to say is the man felt seriously attacked that day obia pe onko he and I bet to say he at a point he was trying to catch the attention of the hosts to come to his rescue. Wow. And I'm at a point the host also they now better to say now then I mean Obia is against me, Obia is against me. And if you are so analysis now no in that day. He was making a point. Well, I was also compared to tell some people say, you see, because of some of the things Nana do in the family for no year na for can or munti and so now Bama people were so angry at a point nobody wanted to hear anything about the previous government, which is erroneous to say, but once there will be phobia, they want an alternative. What may I say? It doesn't matter whether the alternative exactly. Whether the NDC is doing things right or not, they don't care. All they want is that Nanado and family people are gone. Do you get my point? Ebina Abayana Isiano, one position and then you want to give a different opinion in as if one hand work here and also, but the same thing is also happening. Okay. The same thing is also happening in Parliament. Me make it this point. We remember back. The same thing is similarly happening in Parliament. I was telling some people, sir, because of the anger and the rejection of Nadun Nkofon, even Parliament, the minority are suffering. view be a minority the babano. Nobody is prepared to side with them and so on and so forth. But yes, yeah, democracy, no, and at a point, no, yeah, in the media landscape, everywhere you go, nobody want to have a different or alternative view. Now
Yeah.
back to Prof. Jampo Nedi, no, and many ya omonhwe pain be any more. This I will say, wouldn't you from when legal matters. What may I say? When legal matters. A heated argument in a buy, and obiano form no along the line. Omonshane any manimia, omon sorting it out. And Kayabekwa down and issues like this will not come up.
But I know they are bad thing.
Advice
Medema. Because me say me to me intervene. And the way I minimum no. Obia kuma ye den double. No more than ho. I can't say. I know that.
And to use your
backstory.
And to use your influence. Now should a paying be a Uber to me in the Afanosono. No more intervene because we now say intellectuals. Oh, say Yanasa, na by a china, these issues. A poppy up bill, na echo say the legal element, no, some baby bama. To say all kind of video or Baba in it you. So notice or more by 24 hours cry in New Year, 24 hours in New Year. Or Baba in it. Say you're trying 2 days, 3 days, Babano. You have no idea how many ladies will be willing to come up and then the issue I feel say Akodano. Over here, when send a Jumakra Bebono along the line. Yes. Oh, no, we can't control it. Can't control it. Again, because sexual allegations are not treated with case gloves at all. And to be funny, say, no, problem for no, you know. And also, no make us say, in law, we have provocation. What may I say? You can be provoked to the extreme. And Professor Jampo, so least expected, say, Ujafu doctor could overreact. But Obia Namohono. On also share the best defense. Oh, bet me the defender no. And some share you. Ebin American. Onokra ya beemano. Onokra ya beemano. Onokra ya beemano. Yetia na naso bebre wan se wa explode. Ente embano bebre. O koye me mentache kotreda. Once na kra and see me naso da ni we ne o koye sa ndoma no. Na tija boom. Ente Misrao, ye koba nyina no. Ye na ye nuanom brothers and sisters ne we ne nasefo. Ye say wo de maya wahun. Ento wa na wada.
Yeah.
But you see social media no the way sitting on by the time I obey defend on no. O mo defend we ya say reputation.
Asem we a okay ho. Na no kai ba ko bi e ba TikTok ya girl be say Bando secondary school. One video pill, you see how far it went.
Yes.
And how it escalated. Yes. And I teach us secondary school. They okay, a very good advice because why not available for and now hear me say,
Vim, Tama, or Barbie Chow video, no Bema, no da. Not a da, ne phone so. What do you see? You? She said, your lawyer came when you be back. Now we are naked.
And yes, remember the we are member there. I mean, it's part of human nature. And they also need the member. What do I say? Member here, but it's rather unfortunate. Say often they are not a teacher, dear member no kwana. Yeah, there's someone about and we don't want to. Now, Prof is a media person. But I was saying,
excuse my French, but I didn't mean to say it raw.
I know it's the same issue. So I paraphrase it.
But Jampo patches
in
the age in Ibia.
That be no paraphrase it.
Okay.
Nante fia me no yet ya say ya kaso didi nkwala university for no so mo nkwala. Every university student is nkwala. I mean, a technical word usage.
Consent. Or do age for consent. I think I want to jump
Exactly. No crano. One explain it, one cancer and means below 16. Yes, I know kind. Example, who jumum now employees are. Nipa ne default to cry, you call them in kwala. What do I say? And they know they are lawyers, they are supposed to know better. And I make us say, any issues in share, minkanda do lumba semi. Lawyers never ma lumba semi ebe issue. Wow, me in every case na metro that. In every case na medeba court that. But solving it fast. You use wisdom, you use experience to solve issues. And yes, sometimes I don't blame you. I know what the own pesca, Bibia no solve your seminar. Cases in a did you what me I say. But who did you know? Share say, go obiso nenimasi.
Yeah.
Wow. It's your client who is going to suffer. You use wisdom. As a lawyer, use wisdom. In your case, file it. Publicly, you are rather exposing your client. Yeah? There are so many people who didn't even listen to the show 2 days ago. But you, the lawyer, writing, what man be issue? See, I discussing what show so. They are not even discussing Dr. Bonve. It's the lawyers writing, and I hear discussing. And in your issue, lawyers are supposed to come in and then get the thing to be exploded. And to me, blaming lawyers, to begin with. But I just remove. And a mama typical example that the Lumba case, is because lawyers wrote, exchange writings, and a media no sum. Now we tubo way. And did you get my point? And the way we should learn some lessons from Lumba's case. Now lawyers yempe baby in fact. Now behind the scenes, yankele issue and yes, one day per one lady unity. Yema 2 days, 3 days, end 1 week, what up a market and see. Now among courses or tag of for legal tag of for.
Yo, Mami Darcy, lawyer question, Mami Darcy, minim say baby I want baby yo. Lawyer question no ya Darcy baby so abi o so oma warning say ebe ya jump on twa so nya sa school for girls e be ba bonten no. One hia some of the cases they will not be able to prove it but one hia baby we case na ngwase aba say the nana poku na o kano. But na poku maybe you want to say something about say where they also for so na yen go back to
me the American say Professor Jampo 8 ya na se ni pie me refi ni dingakra otiemia on country professor say nana poku say on twaso
okay
no kwa na ebe ma ye de saade wi adi no hwe ene maba we one ne be kodam ye niema o be ma no wi a wadaw Ema no wa hoden sine wada unnim obetumi atwa kakra look at me am professor at that time we ran kromo and that video you haven't seen it in your life. One day things like this when you bound so no be kwakoto so all the abediwo etino say prof etie anwumre ya me dey me crowd me o catch them say na poko have thick skin. No what this skin away kakre oh prof jasu we dey man in sir
yo nana boku yemra your friends economy no so say atofo sen aya ade ama
oh yes
Obama is 7/10 because he has performed well.
Sir MPP focus at a point almost share niema and economic friends indicators no dania and you almost what I say me at that time as ujadini no manhuni sa and at the me hunu and also me di hu adanse
It's a foundation now Dr. Donfe can well huni sa MPP before building foundation
manhuni sa manhunu
okay
no kra me say obia o Ghana ha say manhunu na mom say the me hunu say dollar so ate abafom na sentem esa palogo kakra ekonanim asate abafom bio eti ehifo ena eye hu adwuma sisi eye owura ato ena Bank of Ghana opani e pam no ya yes akofa ne bai eye wo mu no mo ayire dollar no emre bi atwam obi so o what the dollar no ko IGP ho or na ko she dem watum esa da no ko the dollar ni shemu na mframa ni ho tokro bia ni ba bia inim se dollar I performing magic the hu ya so agi boom no gira 17 na no obi aba that's what they about 10 point something enya no na meka ho asem na do dia na menkoka ho asem etino metini aka
the
say
credit no should go to NDC ni ato force and some managing not you can offer
not at all physical discipline no in as much as say one more edi nieme gu akwamu no they have performed creditably as Odedini e was America say yeni man na wo to do first no muntimi nkokwan so ene omasa shase e kokwan so bio so it means say something is happening ade aka yewura to force adwadifo hwehwe amom no ehwehwe free yewura dwomahama on say womfa nipa dwumamu womuntua workers kaye womuntua contractors what you say sa flagship project here omuso omubeye kwaye free crime ekokumasi
big push any nkokon ketenkete ni 24-hour economy
Vim, mamintra wa fidie so na menkanche yewura dwomahama ne atoforcing any engineers e ka ho nyina se omunfa speed train enka ho omunfa speed train from Accra to Kumasi alongside the highway enka ho se omontimi anye sa de we yi a they haven't solved anything because omu pese full car full plane num nya de na hwe Kumasi 35 minutes by flight na ye jimi 2600 say
yeah
it was nkeye 500 series na say aban atumia ye speed train na metim de 1 hour 30 minutes adru Kumasi a plane no want so obatiso oko China ya tete so fofofo metia ka say China kra no speed train no ne boy densene airline okofu
because more efficient inti
yes so no etino mesre wo mo sa push we ya omo ye no so mo tie mi anadwi ya omo for speed train encounter because your construction in Kosuna, they can do it.
Okay, very well. Big push,
big push,
okay.
Because for inconvenience, and a baby on the nam no so bibia interfere. After no secure, so to a friend is saying Regency. Now, I know dear, Miniaba say you're a John. What to me, yes, I did not with your legacy.
But at least so far 1 year we kekekra finin ende you know. We say the Omaya ne there 7/10 solid work. The credit should go to NDC and MPP for
yes. Okay. Yes. I was a comma NDC. So almost so buy and omobe message apwa. By now Ghana economy na say. It is a brantie no ye moja mono no. Etimi aba abeyo amana ye yia. Yemfa seda no enkoma de wadwane. I was here, the Asidano, and Madio Tikroma, no year, Jumano, Amagana for. Et me, dear, make kind pain, massively pain.
Okay. That is argument goes aside with Dr. Jampo, Professor Jampo, they're not can say credit should go to NDC. NDC now fix the economy. They should take their credit. And young people for any number.
Yeah, who are passo and a yob of fool. And you who call Ulamu one for Riama. What one who are personal. One before.
But what's the difference between NDC, the Omoye, in managing the economy MPP? Because see, I took for because I was on a Jomo. Me who start to force in them Jomone Mano and this is something that Oforata did not do. He cannot
Wunim Kwadwo Banredu.
Aye, yeah.
Yeru Kwadwo Banredu, unyame mfa ne kransie yi. Ato force insua bibi free papa no. Say inwardly, otimi gina public eka ho asem say enokre. Me ato forcing papa ne ni ye bi misua bibi free no ha. Eko unyame be hira no mo. Kwadwo Ban way of life no. Eno ano onam so no.
Okay.
So ati ase.
Okay.
Odi efie nyansa ene abonten anosem hwe ade baako aboa aban we sisi e physical discipline no ye ni enu adibi uria nso a yewura dwomahama di said odi ye viki ama no obeyi obi odi am say yenko yanim kakra obeyi yioma die ene na bema peje kakra ba ndc but they will fix it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, papa nko anim bete.
Okay.
So no. Enti ayidie
ni. They say o top year o de be ma NDC fixing dollar no. O ma fix here no.
Yes.
And dey be.
And a physical discipline no.
Okay.
And a bio omo hwe se omo betimi ahwe VAT ehun nsem. Na womo assign the customs valuation system no agun saniani.
Okay.
No more share because right now first na Ghana need sources of income. So gold board na what baumia about and I'm a person ye gold trade no ne baumia nyan correct. NDC had it right by putting a gold board together. It is right now no the income of the country no if you premium ye be an eba. Ebraso say port no ye dia the backbone of our economy no. Ebraso say ye free.
Okay, because if you go more near the number no.
Yes,
fresh and port no should come down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It port to seminal emra form na Ghana enye facilitating country. Ye ka facilitating country in terms of trader. Niger for be faniama. Cote d'Ivoire for beba. Oh, na ye hano ama adwadie no atim commerce be koso. Ama obia unso oh Ghana de mi yimi niema fa ho a eboa me. So at I say moment omo be share sa de na sena even Togo port to crowd will less. So no. Etini ye besre omo say sa esisaye na omo de bamu no. Womo famre mu na ebio customs Mesa customs, Ghana customs. Se ababia de shisheye pa ba. Mami nyina so nka se ye wo fine season officers. Mami repeat it, ye wo fine season officers. Omu di omu huni in terms of nimdie mu, adwene mu, ene kwan ombefa so a omu de customs adwuma no ebe ya ma abayenye ska. Ebi nso kom adi wo mu afu. Why chief collector na adwene oditi port wo nyina ne se ade ebesa no na sika aye ne butuma. Mesre finance minister say omu putu mechanism down.
Oma nani nko port ho?
Yes, a better thing, but omu try as anything that they can. No more fan fishing in Krofoi out.
Okay.
And let me tell you, omu a group they don't give themselves apple because when you scanner no why kakrama we sa no modite it you know say asamo baba ko they will quickly cover the person omo pay mechanism bit is a pips so no intelligent unity bia omati wo mo any data checks omati wo mo free customs and monitor customs. Se ekobasa omude ehihye ne beye adwuma as it is. If you say
but no madam e confo Albert kan asem we o kan say customs for betimi ama NDC I am popular so man hwe omo a.
Oh yes, and they are doing it. They are doing it. Sisi a omu guso omo ye. Oh soja ni e de ne betra we. Commissioner ono omu nim de wo soro. Yes e bia menkase ni nim die nim soro. But custom officers now you're training them as custom officers. They are too smart. Very, very, very smart. Yes, bia paperless no kenye you. The paperless could have simply succeeded or succeed. But enkofo way ebinum awom epɛ kwan bi fa so ɛsɛn no.
Okay.
Enti yɛwura to forcing ebetimi the fine reforms whatever it is ɛde aba ama customs yɛbɛka yɛnya reform obua they will distort it because omo say adeɛ ni ye to the level a onya sa sika na onya.
Okay. Now that book, me read the comment because so far I think you have said NDT idea in there. There you don't care about MPP for the claim here. They only say MPP can build the foundation here.
Obofo ne de ne nam ho apaso. Obofo ne de ne nam ho apaso.
And can't say more amoye adwadifo na mo form amunim everyday economics no. Macroeconomic indicators.
Me ni adwadifo mpanimfo a minim ba ko a oyi containers. Bosumi nkwa wayi 24 containers. Bosumi we nkwa enkwa wie yo.
24 containers.
24 40.
They say an NDT buy a duty number from one asset.
Emma from $1 ne ba from a dey automatically.
Okay. Yeah.
Duty component no ebeba from.
Ebeba from. Okay.
By tie asema o ka kire me. O say nana. First na me nye NDC funi. And so for the past 8 months, I've had a good selling business. Minya or how biya. Mi gusua me yemajuma. And they say, say, unim, their customs for Nasha say, omoye. One more a year Juma Kessie Krumano, or the post audit. Now, post audit, no so ya dear. Ya the back wakachia. Esi da so mbejo sika kese akodi anase ombe pia wo de wato ohaw mu adentina aban no tokoso ye adwuma na mo customs for edi post audit ehunahuna big business
customs for no can make NDC very unpopular say I think that's many anko.
Yes and me ye living witness awo Kufu Aban Yewra Tamils aban. Even Yewra John Mahama ya na ban. Ansa ne ba na nado aban so. San krofo ne krofo a se wa muani amre. Ombe mo unpopular sisi here.
Okay.
Say adwadifo penifo de abetu anim office ya. Say de omo hwe na wo ye ya deposit ni e di tata. Ni ehunahuna enti no obeya wani baba so fa sebra no makọ jiska no macha enye
because I know yes e kambo mu am duty no cost but so far no say duty number from because of dollar CD dollar rate no
yes I was say automatically bafo because Ghana customs at the dollar and a share component in it check it is another dollar 16 na me ban say me tua 100,000 40-feet container. Na dollar about 10 cedis. And you likely say metriya somewhere 700. What does it? So no. It and yadia ye bekano crewe ashe. They've done well. Oma bomoding. But the yes say consolidate what they have done.
Okay.
And a bio dear ebesa mo maya unpopular ha Ghana adwadifo unza Ghana adwadifo ya doso pa ya doso sini aban no formal sector no informal sector no doso but there ha informal sector no ama aban unpopular kakra foreign infiltration
so all one na be no
yes almighty America kra born in my home by. But Yewra John Mahama num nsem bi a ye nuanum bi nsem sorry okeka ye no wohwe woye a friend is saying sabe ayina ewo krom a utumu say adwadifo ni business people no empensem oka ye So I just say,
you better say one of the omo corner
yes. I was saying, you were John Mahama, Tuna Numutu say, Ghana, Jediphone, Ghana business people, me bomb home by. No more than she say, you go a quam, say me bomb home by me, Mamunuma and Freemonsa. Say, one more yet, Sadianua, and on a day NDC, Kokrum Nebeban.
Okay.
If you say, Ghana, Jediphone, your dorsum, your dorsum bar, and your cousin, you do a woo, our politics in one. Yetimi di ema ni FFF.
Okay.
So,
and I think you were spot on when you said that credit in the income. You don't mind the
Mami clear me hoa. Mia nana poku amete me nyamo politics ni bi. Mi di dwa. De ekoyie mame e na meka. Enti se ekotia wa e mane haw. So no ekotiawa emane haw samuba e na mu ye ni yi a kameka na de don't
it's comparatively between NDC and MPP the NDC are managing economy better
meba mami ka se mu cho wa unu akwadwa mo aten dollar ni yes ano na no ye fa pen ne paper ye check ye no sika akwadwa mo aten ahwere no etimi to dan miensa e wo East Legon Mina make a metro.
Dollar exchange rate in MPP for exchange
rate. A flat 20 sanwa a yes. O man accountants a trasia ye checky sika washreno. A tot dimiensa. A 2% by catching me or Jadinini says Sebe, a dreaming yansa nimitri. A tidia a cosono, mammin can was him. My bombing sem ama a bang. Nama show moon crying. So omunyere omo de omo consolidate omo gains na ma omo relent ma omo trimu nya omo de because factors be or system numu a ebetimi atwe won masan enti omo nya careful won no omo fa hyehyɛ ya ebeboa adwadie efi say sankwala ye kowuye say wamma adwadie aye friendly and omu school no obi ahun se metimi ayewe a omu ko akogina awia so okopa adwuma akowu so no iti no omu hwe niema bi ye in as much as say ye bo wo mo abaso no eno nkire se omu omutimu nya omu de because the first 4 years of MPP it was the best so what I say the first 4 years of MPP now, how to know so we are
yes, I'm also
down for you. Now, a drew baby, I say, Antimianka. Etin Misramo, what platform is what would you me? What would you KFM? We are NDC, MPP. Me niha emamo. Me wahama a dreadie, a dready for. It's yan assembly, dear car. We are day a bit you. A tune swap, Fanessa, Nessis, you, Sabaya, Obama, ye dready for Yaniaji, Manuato.
I mean, Nana, but I'm never only about my breachum. Because what's I'm not, I think what's I'm not the summary of it, NDC, you give NDC 7/10 exchange rate, you know, much more stabilize the fiscal discipline. And it's show more diabano, won't sign or home for Master than comma MPP. And MPP for Naya Foundation, but it's NDC and NDC deserves the credit. But I'll say there's more room for improvement. No, watch train, speed train, yeah, do the can one can a facilitate. Now, face or Mumbo did for Namun creative jobs. I'm waiting me a fan call you must say about won't kitty wing Nina be free on. I think your point is very
the point is before the Nenam Hua Paso, sir. Before a good hunter and a Nenam Hua Paso. And your hunter, what Bama Nam young baby a fire.
Marty, Nana, we are breaching. Good evening.
Minister Via, nana boko economy nje kamika wase mbasa ba economica na buku aka no kure ka ne kasetia ne kure de oka chiri unia ne kasetia waka no kure unim ya anka ba ye me hwe wosi and this bodies ka gumu apanka de kan bi gumu bi ne kure de oka honya yi ya meza me kapa Dr. Jump Mwasem na o kan asɛm bi ɛyɛ mesere ana Ghana fo dada ho sa hwan na neutral Ghana ho Ghana hwan na so neutral nipa na nka no korɛ
Oh, be neutral. The whole 30-something million that be breach.
sister bia sister ka
you are not fair.
no ma me so meeting
30-something million to be to me neutral.
sister bia ma me kam me de ma me so mission ye neutral bia ni interest nko
No, you see, that is a very sweeping comment, and I say, I know some it is inaccurate.
Enye una nya accurate man but obi an opinion.
Anyway, your opinion. This is
no.
This is inaccurate. Where they own come from hundi. I'm being open. Oh no, you are being conclusive. Say Ghana for 34 million into that is conclusive.
Let me do my point. Let me do my point.
34 million people say 32 million. Unko BFA. Listen, me say, leave open. So to make us a minjin this obiain, but to say everything. I'm saying that so we'll make a conclusive comment. You must have evidence. Don't come and repeat yourself because what is saying for social media no can be. Tobo. Oh, Kasa. Men for Obia and Shebo Bang Box when you haven't visited Obia. Ghana for Dawson. Medium in Ghana for you it's a fair comment. But to conclusively say that Obia no in neutral, that is unfair. And you don't have any accurate data to support that assessment. Me personal. Obi to me for GDA. Miminji this will be a neutral. But if you say conclusively, say that is unfair. It's a handful. When you are so for you, only be a fee. If you are neutral. That's a fair comment.
Good. Meji will be neutral. I got a neutral, cry neutral then. Obi o jidan fifi wa fe jampo me be jampo ne dota do femi nyina so o me neutral akuse mo mu twetwa so some ko program so me neutral jampo o yusu utag for and o hide behind utag and before government for so omo to aba and kikiri oba TV3 a obe ha ni kabrofo no ha ni political science no de namu and is ba power man post waje dota do mfe onye neutral da bia okuku ayi push Emma Baumia. Kennedy, Echo Casa, I was a Kennedy. Any motion intelligence, no Kazakasa, on a TV, so motion intelligence. I don't know what TV. Because I only just no, and Canada and yet, Kennedy, Miano Tiamua was it? I don't Kennedy Tiam because when you Canada Pentino. Kennedy, like emotion intelligence, when you will be with the president already, the casting will train it or team contractor or the emotion intelligence. Because say Uncle TV3 program as well, young produce only such a or because say we go against NDC in favor of only thought in thinking here, Jampo, and in fact, the customer to rough rough. When it Dr. Zatu, when I'm a fanatic, in Panasem, Papa, go to be a hand and he can someone on Zanyano Kore. Then so only Martin Pebu to see that also. Et me can someone in any channel. You know, jump on it yet. As someone only 9 yards in Biano. Just say, oh dear, I didn't be with you. One can I do it. No, do be court. The BBC 4 year, BBC 4 Mr. Bokum Simpanasem, Tom Castle, BBC 4 year documentary, or Barry, only about book was over show hanging a video graphics or the case will be a relative. Meaning, Nanapoku, number say, oh, Bridge, we are I don't just Miyakora, but Miyakora, it is a lot of factors where or name Quadada, your cousin to Fewa, our moye, and I know nobody that. Invest in Yakora, Mamma Best School, Yakora. Oh, let's say, we not talk about commercial with Janako Finning from. And all the opera or Mapanko, wouldn't himself a grable or MPP was said that tell on Baba one chamber, on best set and on best sell life on pen once more. On traffic on Pedro because. So born home people that's we go to jump no obenu no because that on was a meaning for meaning no papa that onim no ho a enka MPP for say omo ko TV3 e dan na MPP for na kuma don't fe Dr. Don't fe mo ko TV3 ti oni Dr. Jampo nya to kwa MPP for we awa Muhammad nom thesis efam emo adwuma MPP mo ko TV3
MPP for netro thesis no
omo na je into ko na gina mo MPP for na je into ko na gina mo kwa Dr. Don't fe
me mo anya munipa no
I don't pay penalty that I don't akora young boy ya no di credit atemu kwasi botwe young lawyer wa twere tizi tintin brofo wo twere ya esu ni mfaso kwasi botwe mpacho mbuza say Dr. Don't fe o ya bibini ene na mo na omo bo nya company ekoma no are ntia enti no do mo ye nyina ehu ye di asema ye kai pepe titia o mu ntwan asem no so example ye say twa so ye say odin be say kora because odin nya dada obi ani mi say wo appointment nti na kan people go ma ko appointment tanso na didi adaja odaja kuzi mu ayetwu na ho ye nyina ehu ye enti no
no odaja kuzi mu ye pedicure machine
no o cha dia no
machine a ko edu na nsimu na
no odande go hono o cha dia no no obetiam se pay $900 no pedicure no kobi emi go twin na ho no kom ye go twin na ho na ba power odaka kese no ye go twin na ho
edu ba cheta da na Jampo ko pedicure da ndisi ba ye na Jampo ko pedicure si
da beta go si Jampo e ko pedicure me go twin na ho da o de beto
pedicure da on fa meto abonti ana
na de na we do beto ye mana point na de na we do beto me hu ye ada na da no chena de o le go no on fa beto no what the politics and o hands we neutral and what can for tribo mu ano no o de abeji post enti we do TV3 ba me program no Jampo ye defense akasatwi obeka no obeka te obi ani nyansa onko ni nyansa
okay
na me kan no tie de tie fiade ye kan se me sere no me pera se ontwa so o bono hompem so de ne kokota asema banye ana fe lastly kind for delegates sere mo ona wo kan Japan mo nyina mo na mo to abama no na ba ne de se fiade so atase mo bugri na abu akoka so ate de ana na o ana me kawo bugri na abu se no for nya ntoma munia ti south for is sere mo so ntoma munia anu ati
Bridge me that's the na ko pin pacho mama good evening akwa ba
Give stay here Bridge o ba stress no na pokuye da was you da was say ye nya obi a o kan no cre and obi a like Bridge you should use Nana Poku even as an example, say, or your friend is saying.
Or you're fair, or you're neutral. Yeah,
Exactly.
That's doing the business, huh?
Yes, or doing the business. He's on the ground. He knows what affects him. You know, because make that because areas is open say, who affect you be money affecting the pocket. Say affecting the pocket and if you are chroma away, abrofuno. So open say be affecting on pocket, or money my dear friend racism. Because when you say they will be new, bro new, when you see a few. Now one might be affecting the pocket, the end you will need more. As a man, an apple kind, pepe. And of course, I don't me a lecturer for NDC MPP with this economy. Honestly, like at forcing, I'll give him 8.5. The reason why, yes, and what we also need to look at, yes. IMF conditionalities is still existing. And see, anytime IMF comes along, fiscal policy is established. Ghanaians become disciplined by force. 2016, 2017, the same thing happened. That's why first term, there was that fiscal policy, and then it was stable, yes. But with this one, obviously, the IMF conditionalities and fiscal policy was there before even the elections. So just after the elections, MPP could not control the dollar rates, the exchange rate, and affect it before. And these are the people who move the economy. They talked. You couldn't. Despite the conditionality, yes, you were satisfying IMF conditionalities. But what about your own people? You couldn't. But when Atuforcing started, and I mean, every time they always say, for Ghanaian or for African economy to be well, let it be managed by a chartered accountant, but not an investment banker.
Okay. Because
a chartered accountant is not a gambler. He looks after the pennies. Our late Banredu, he was one of the best economic finance ministers in Africa. And he was what? A chartered accountant. The same thing that your friend saying, Atu was here. Atu was in the UK. He chartered in the UK.
Yeah.
But when you take a finance minister who is an investment banker, I'm telling you, or the man better chacha.
Okay.
Because that is their nature. For them, that is their nature. They take money and then gamble. That's why Akufo-Addo's second term that he failed, and then obviously with the COVID coming inside, was because of the gamble Ken Ofori-Atta did. It was a huge gamble. That's our 1% mechanic. It was a huge gamble, which say, and COVID now, they would have made a huge economic way inroads. But that is the way they are. But when you have a chartered accountant as a finance minister, I'm telling you, they count the pennies.
Okay.
They understand the Jadifono. They go down to the people and listen to the people.
So going forward, do you think that we will be in a better shape under Atu-Forson managing the economy in the next 4 years? No.
Oh yes, that one day I 100% believe in him that he will do that.
But do you have any suggestions? Said Nana Pokuka a railway near there, they should add a note to the or any suggestion going forward? No.
My own junior who is here, who is a railway engineer expert during a Akufo-Addo's time, came to Ghana. The Queen honored the guy here, came to Ghana and told us, look, you need that railways. And then for goods and service, Nana Poku said the whole thing. I think Nana Poku there, said that TBS consultant. Honestly, because the railway, it moves goods better than even the cars, the vehicles.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
This guy came. What I say? He's my mate. He was my junior in Ogasco. This guy came. He's a real expert here. Elizabeth line in the UK. He was the one.
Yeah, the new one. That's the new one.
Are you Ghana niba? You Ghana near one with down.
But Fino.
Fino. Your friend says it's a can do way what your friend saying. Fino. MPA. I took Joe Gatti.
The
guy told him that look, the passenger railways it's not profitable, but you still do it alongside the way. But the main one is the haulage. That he brought a plan from through that OT region, through that
to the north and to Burkina.
Connect to the north to Burkina. I say, look, these people, all their things are coming from because they are inland countries. We are the coastal countries. The port is from Tema Port. I say, like they will make a Togo airport, redundant.
Oh yes.
They get the haulage straight.
Bro, minchawano. Enra, Sunday na mi Kumasi. Burkina guy were ye bulldozers. Man count to crime count to over 120.
Wow.
Flatbed.
Yeah.
Almost dozers.
Exactly.
Airport Burkina. That's a railway you are. It's just 2 hours. They are there.
It creates jobs.
What do you think?
And the money will come to us.
Oh,
what did I say?
Bro.
It comes to us. So along that path, jobs.
I think we have a topic when Yankupon Yadma Wednesday and look at it in the context of the Nana Kofi can creating of jobs, especially when girls are 6 yako because there are no jobs or more joining military. We'll take it as a Nana Kofi Wednesday. Yes, I'm funny be my job creation. Because the woman and can through a railway line. I think President Kufuor try to revamp the railway in the free one. Yeah, if we prioritize it as a nation, we'll be able to make changes. But I think Wednesday, woman as a main topic and look at that issue.
Exactly.
Yes. So open
as a main Wednesday.
Open say on my manu ka manu tuma. My diane nyefu.
Yeah,
that's all.
Obia didi me ya asamasa.
That's all.
Problem. Ediane di aduane ne beba. Railway line.
And then preemptive topic. Wednesday.
Me di bibi so ma yera joma ama. Openimu bia otie program we bia or what Ministry of Transport or what
yes.
Ministry of Oma Yekwan construction
Highways, roads and highways.
roads and highway. Omufa railway develop omufa ka sa flagship project we omube no. Mo munyai. Cost of cow. Right now, there is money in the country. Yera Mahama can do it.
Okay.
Me say ne manti. Yera Mahama mi so tell me ye. Umada chinti jadimpa because oba boy ya oninam way or political adie wonumu. So we ja echire basa. Ebe kwa koye se nanu die ni bi.
Yeah.
Akwala ni pia bonten kura ba. Obi afa ni die ma. Eti ne manti ne ma boys ninti onya din papa.
Okay.
Na Ghana for kasa ontie.
Now Wednesday, yeah, I think we'll take this railway sector no as a full topic in line with creating jobs, any opportunity for Mantian because very important. In another coffee, mami na wase. Mami na wase pa. Nana poku so nyankopon sha mami na wase pa. What a tag for so enim. And I can they say they are consultant level. Hona wo. I was avo wa join here so thank you so much and they will join here or just you made this nyankopon ya adma Wednesday. You be job creation railway sector because we are giving penifon ideas de be your mind you from me vim lady and you may madam nyina asese mo hwe yen aseda so nkoma production team no Mr. Kojo Hansen ne DJ All Black ne ansa. Thank you so much. Good night.